let's talk about a huge shift in how content is being made. For years, going viral felt like you needed a ton of luck, maybe some natural charisma, and just a ridiculous amount of hard work. But what if that whole formula could be, I don't know, reverse engineered and then automated? We're going to dive into a new type of AI system that claims it can do exactly that, turning the art of making a viral video into a repeatable science.
I want you to really think about this for a second. The old way of making videos, it means cameras, lights, editing software that takes forever to learn. And, of course, you have to be okay with putting yourself out there, on screen. But what if all of those barriers just vanished? That's the big promise here, letting anyone focus purely on the idea while the AI handles all the heavy lifting of production. It sounds like something out of a movie, but it's happening right now.
And this is why it's such a big deal. The whole world of short-form content, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, is a $100 billion economy. That's not a typo. This isn't some small trend. It's a massive market driven by one thing: attention. And this new wave of AI is basically creating a backdoor for anyone to get in on the action, even if you've never hit record in your life.
Okay, but let's be real. If you've ever tried to make content yourself, you know it is not as easy as it looks. There's this universal problem that nearly everyone hits. It's like a brick wall of frustration that just stops you from getting any real traction. So let's break down what that problem really is.
I'm willing to bet this feels a little too familiar. You pour hours, maybe even a whole weekend, into brainstorming, filming, and editing a video you think is genuinely good. You hit post, feeling that little knot of excitement in your stomach. And then, nothing. Crickets. 50 views, maybe 100 if your mom shares it. It is so demoralizing, and it's honestly the #1 reason most people just give up.
So here's the secret, the thing most creators get wrong. The video didn't fail because the idea was bad or the camera was shaky. Nope, it's because you lost the battle in the first 3 seconds. That tiny, tiny little window of time is everything. It's the moment someone decides, am I going to watch this or am I going to keep scrolling? If you don't win that exact moment, literally nothing else matters.
This is the absolute unwritten rule of the internet today. You're not competing for likes or follows at first. You're competing against the thumb, the infinite scroll. The only job of your video in the beginning is to make someone pause, to break their scrolling pattern. If you can't nail that hook, your video is basically invisible, even if the rest of it is pure gold.
So, if the #1 problem is grabbing attention in those first 3 seconds, then the solution has to be something that's built specifically to solve that, right? Well, this is exactly where these AI video generators come into play. They're designed from the ground up to automate the hardest part of the entire process, getting people to stop scrolling. So what are these things, really? Think of them as content factories. They're built to do one thing and do it extremely well: pump out videos that are scientifically designed to make people stop and watch. They use AI to figure out what's already going viral on a massive scale, and then they just automate the heck out of the creation process to make more of what works. Let's look under the hood. It usually starts with AI writing scripts for you, but not just any scripts. They're based on proven viral formats. And crucially, it's obsessed with generating those hooks we just talked about. Then, it gets rid of the need for you to be on camera by using AI avatars and super realistic voiceovers. And finally, it stitches the whole thing together, the visuals, the captions, the music, into a finished video in just a few minutes. It's not a template. It's basically an entire production studio in your browser. Okay, so we know what they can do, but what does it actually look like to use one? Well, the real magic here is just how simple and fast the whole workflow is. We're talking about going from a random idea to a polished, ready-to-post video in literally minutes. It pretty much boils down to 4 dead simple steps. First, the AI is constantly scanning the internet to see what topics, formats, and sounds are blowing up right now. Second, it takes that data and generates a script for you with a hook designed to grab attention. Third, you click a button and the system automatically builds the entire video. And finally, you just take that video and publish it everywhere. The whole process is so fast, it feels like cheating. Now, this is where things get really interesting. This is where we stop talking about just making cool videos and start talking about building a real business process. Because let's face it, the end goal for most of us is to turn all this content into something tangible, leads, sales, actual revenue. This system is built to be an engine for that.
It all comes down to this simple, powerful formula. Content is the tool you use to get attention. And once you have a steady stream of attention, you have a valuable asset. That asset can then be turned into money in a bunch of different ways. The AI is just the machine that mass produces the raw material, the content, at a scale and cost that was just impossible before. So how do you actually make money? Well, this opens up a ton of doors. You could build faceless YouTube channels that just churn out shorts and earn money from ad revenue. You could use the videos to promote other people's products and get a commission, affiliate marketing. If you already have a business, you can use this to build a huge audience and get more leads for your services or courses. Or, get this, you can literally sell these videos as a service to local businesses for a monthly fee. When you put it side by side, the difference is just insane. The old way meant hours of your life gone, spending a ton of money on gear or freelancers, and basically just crossing your fingers and hoping people would like it. The AI way completely flips that. We're talking minutes inside of hours, a tiny fraction of the cost. And you're not guessing anymore. You're using a strategy that's based on cold, hard data about what actually works. You go from being an artist to being a systems operator.
And the money you save is serious. We're not talking about a 10% discount here. The data shows that using a system like this can be up to 8 times cheaper than doing it the old-fashioned way. Just think about that for a second. No more hiring video editors or voice actors. For a small business or a solo creator, that is an absolute game changer for your budget.
That efficiency leads to something that was just out of reach for most people before: massive scale. Because it's so fast and so cheap, you can realistically pump out over 50 high-quality videos every single week. That's the kind of volume that lets you completely dominate a niche, test what's working, and just move so much faster than your competition.
Okay, let's ground ourselves for a second. It's really easy to get hyped about the tech, but we need to talk about where this fits into a real-world strategy. This is not some magic wand, but it is a massive strategic advantage, especially right now.
And I need to be super clear about this. This is not a get-rich-quick button. These systems are incredibly powerful, but a tool is only as good as the person using it. If your business idea is bad or you have no real plan, the AI can't fix that for you. This is about giving you speed and efficiency. It's not magic. So what do you still have to bring to the table? Well, you still need to be consistent. You still need a smart strategy. What are you actually trying to accomplish here? Are you generating leads, building a brand? And most importantly, you need a real offer. The AI is amazing at getting attention, but you need something valuable to point all that attention towards. This is the one word you need to understand: leverage. That's what these AI systems give you. They let you take your effort, your strategy, and multiply the results by 10, 20, even 100 times. It's an unfair advantage. It automates the 80% of the work that's just a grind, so you can focus on the 20% that actually makes you money.
And here's the honest truth about any new technology: the biggest rewards always go to the people who get in early. Right now, using a tool like this gives you a massive edge because most of your competition is still stuck doing things the slow, old, expensive way. But that window won't stay open forever. Eventually, everyone catches up and it just becomes the new normal. So the moment of maximum opportunity is happening as we speak. While everyone else is spending days on one video, you could be launching dozens. While they're just guessing and hoping, you could be using data to make smart decisions. This is your chance to get way ahead of the curve before this kind of advantage just becomes the standard price of admission. Look, this shift is happening whether we like it or not. The ability to automate high-quality content creation is here, and it's changing the game for businesses and creators. The only question is whether you're going to be one of the people who takes advantage of it now while it offers the biggest return. The opportunity is right in front of you. To see how this can transform your own process, click the link directly below this video to learn more. Seriously, don't wait on this.